Hello, everyone. Welcome to the EoC Spotlight Roundtable discussion. Yes, I said roundtable discussion. And so this is where we're going to talk about the Entrepreneurs of Color Spotlight. And this is where we highlight an entrepreneur's business journey. And of course, I am not by myself. We have a great team that is all of us connected, able to do this wonderful work. And we're excited to spend some time with y'all. Say hello, everyone.
Hey, everybody.
Hi.
So, of course, everyone, we're going to spend a little bit of time connecting and being able to talk about really what we have been doing with the EoC Spotlight and to give you a glimpse into the future. Woohoo, glimpse into the future. And so we are super excited about it. And so, of course, I know that y'all have tuned in. Y'all have supported. Some of y'all are new. So, of course, welcome to those who are new to the Entrepreneur of Color Spotlight. You're seeing us and supporting us. But for those that have seen us, you probably seen our faces, but really don't know a little bit about us. So we're going to tell y'all a little bit about us. All righty, y'all. So let me start since y'all already hear my voice. So I am Ramona Hallmon, and y'all, I am in this area and in Wisconsin, and I am a business owner. And so this is why I'm super excited about the EoC Spotlight, because I'm personally a business owner. I have two businesses. I am a for-profit business, and so that's my business, Ramonavation, and I am a whole life coach where I focus on the whole person, the whole you, mind, body, and soul. And then I'm also a nonprofit leader, and in that space, I am a pastor. And so super excited to be able to share my passions and being able to see others share their passions as well. And so the organization that I represent, as I said, as you can see, I am the board chair of the ColorBold Business Association.
All right, should I go next?
Yeah.
Hi, my name is Ljung. I work for UW-Madison Division of Extension in Outagamie and Winnebago counties. And my work is always kind of connecting research with a call to action. So how can we use research to better our community? So what I focus on is to strengthen entrepreneurship and economic development in our communities. And my work is specifically focused on underserved populations, such as entrepreneurs of color. So I've had the pleasure of working with ColorBold and the Appleton Public Library on this partnership, and really glad to be here.
All right. Woo! We're going to have some fun tonight. Y'all get hyped up. Get hyped up. And then definitely, if you are watching us live, put something in the comments. Let us know. Give a shout out.
Yeah, so I'll go next. Hello, everyone. My name is Yee Lee Vue, and I am with the Appleton Public Library. I am in the community partnership section as the adult services and engagement librarian. So I work with adults. And in my role, in community partnership, we partner with partners, communities. So we do a lot of different things, programming, providing services, resources to our community and to better themselves and to be able to accomplish the things that they want. So that's why I'm passionate about business outside of the library. I also co-own a few business with my husband, and I know the struggles and challenges as a small business owner, especially being a BIPOC small business owner in our community. So it's really important to be able to learn about the needs and wants of what our community would like to see and be able to help them.
Awesome. Hey, everybody. I am Kimyatta Ratliff. I am located in Green Bay, Wisconsin, and have businesses as well as a nonprofit leader. I own Universal Designs Salon, where in education, where we teach now people of color who want to learn about how to take care of their hair, as well as transracial adoptive parents and biracial parents on how to take care of ethnic hair care, and those stylists who want to increase their clientele by offering other services. I do trainings on that, as well as a Universal Designs Beauty, where we have our lovely earrings that we sell, as well as I'm here in this partnership with ColorBold Business Association as the president and CEO.
Awesome. So now y'all know our names other than just across the screen. And so let's talk a little bit more about the organizations, because this is where we want to have the discussion. So y'all really know who we are and what we're representing. And so I would like for us to really talk about Extension. How about let's start with Extension?
Sure. Do you want to hear more about what Extension does?
Yes, please. Mia, please tell us a little bit more about what Extension does, because we don't know if everyone knows quite what Extension does.
So Extension, or UW Extension, as a lot of people refer to Extension, is actually now through UW-Madison. So it's UW-Madison Division of Extension. So it's kind of like an arm out of the university. So the idea here is really to accomplish the Wisconsin idea, which is to reach every person in the state with the research and data coming out of the university, but to also be that mutual process. So those of us who are on the ground doing the work with the community, we also should inform the research to make sure that the research is relevant. So that's what we're doing. And my work as a community development educator is to strengthen communities and community organizations. And so my work started with ColorBold back in, goodness, I mean, it depends on how far back we're going to go, but we really hit the ground running in 2020, I would say, because then ColorBold became more of their own organizational entity. And before that, it was tied to an organization called Fit Oshkosh. So that was heavily involved in before ColorBold existed. So it's been really an amazing adventure to kind of help build ColorBold. And as an educator, to just like figure out all the nuts and bolts of like, well, how do you do that? How do you build an organization? And then find this amazing leadership that ColorBold has through Kimyatta and Ramona and others. So that is in a nutshell what Extension does and what I do, but there is so much more. I feel like anytime people ask me about Extension, like I could go on forever, but I don't want to take up too much of the spotlight.
I'm about to say, we're about to have Extension take the spotlight. Mia's going to take the spotlight. Kim, did you have something for Mia?
Well, just to add that I think Mia does a great job in her role I forgot her whole title, but she does a great job in getting out in the community and helping organizations and people. So she deserves all the kudos.
All the kudos and all the accolades. Absolutely. And I'm very excited because it is so great to have what Mia does, the work that the organization is having her do to make sure that there's boots on the ground and it's not just pulling information out of the air, but really knowing what's going on and being able to do things to really be able to help. So that is awesome. So thank you so much, Mia, for sharing that. And so now let's talk to Yee, because Yee, let's talk about the Appleton Public Library, because I think when we think about the library, it's like, okay, I'm gonna go get me a book. Mm-hmm. And so Yee is here to talk about how to get books. Is that what the Appleton Public Library, is that all the public library does?
No.
Talk to us, Yee.
Yeah, we are more than just a place to come and get books. So our mission at the Appleton Public Library is learn, know, gather, grow your center of community life. So we are a place where people can come and gather to, work, do programs, study. They can come read, gather information to do their research and writing. We can come and interact and learn from one another. And a lot of the things that we do at the library, we respect, value, and support the work that we do and the work that our community does by connecting our patrons to information and resources to help them accomplish their goals. So a lot of the work that I do in my role is really to help individuals wherever their stage in life is. We want to be able to help them get the information and resources that they need to be able to live a quality life in our community. So even if they're in the beginning stage of wanting to start a business, if they're looking for articles to help them write their dissertation, a research paper, we're there for them to be able to get access to information and resources. So it's more than just a place to come and get booked. We are also a gathering place for people to come and, interact and learn from one another.
That is so awesome, because I'm so glad you shared, because sometimes people can look at it as like one dimensional, but it's so much that y'all do. And so all of the great work and all of the great efforts that Yee and team is doing is phenomenal. And so thank you, Yee, for letting us know about the Appleton Public Library. Now, y'all, these two dynamic women, Mia and Yee, I get to work with on these different types of projects. I am a part of the ColorBold Business Association. So the powerhouse, Kimyatta, is going to talk about ColorBold. So Kimyatta, talk to us about the boldness that is ColorBold.
Love it.
Thank you for that introduction.
The boldness.
The boldness of ColorBold. Before I do that, though, I want to give a shout out to the Appleton Public Library. They do a whole lot. For instance, they had an event where they had free headshots for business owners, as well as to connect them to other businesses as well, and different resources in the area. So they do a whole lot for businesses. So I definitely encourage anybody to connect with the Appleton Public Library. So ColorBold, the bold. So of course, we serve two populations. One is entrepreneurs, two that is corporations and organizations. So we do that by growing and connecting. Well, it's a tagline: grow, connect, and have a seat at the table. With entrepreneurs of color, we help support spreading the word about entrepreneurship as a viable means of income and way of life, as well as those who are already in business, helping them to grow and connect them to other business owners of color and to resources, as well as we help them learn how to be leaders in their communities, cities, state, and so forth. And for corporations and organizations, we help them to connect with more people of color. And when I say people of color, I'm saying all people of color. And so we have a consultant part of us where we would come in and help consult on projects and programs for corporations and groups that want to make their services and offerings more open to people, as well as we share their information about their trainings and programs to people of color. So that's just a snippet of what we do, but we have a whole bunch of other things that we offer and we are aiming to do, as we are a fairly new organization, as well as we have a community navigator program that we do to support business owners, where we have a lot of one-on-one conversations to help them pivot in their business, connect them to the resources and anything that's necessary for them. So connect with us.
Awesome. So thank you, Kimyatta, for sharing the bowl, which is ColorBold. And another thing that, like what ColorBold has done over this past holiday season, was the Shop BIPOC campaign, doing things to also bring light to business owners and getting information out to be able to support business owners of color throughout the holiday season. And of course, everything that we do, even here for the EoC, is to be able to bring light to all businesses, right? All businesses of color, getting these business owners out in front in the community so people can know who they are and to be able to support them. And so thank y'all again for sharing about the organizations. And so let's talk about this collaboration. And so we know when we come together, we can do so much more. We can go further, faster with collaborations. And so you can grow what you're trying to do in collaborations. Collaborations can help you to be relevant. Collaborations can help you sustain your efforts. And so this is the thing, like being able to come together and to bring you what you know the EoC Spotlight to be and beyond, because we're going to let y'all know we got some new stuff coming for y'all too. But it's like this collaboration helps us to do a lot so much and to go so much further. So Kimyatta, President and CEO of the ColorBold Business Association, can you really talk to the audience, talk to us about how this collaboration came to be?
Yeah, so it was just natural. So ColorBold was doing spotlights. Appleton Public Library were doing their small business impact stories. And then UW Extension, as what Mia do, she connect people. So she was like, who would be a good partner? So because she's always out and about in our region and around, she knew that, Appleton Public Library was doing their small business impact stories. And so it was just a good fit. So in 2022, we started talking, having conversations about how can we put it all together and collaborate. It just made sense for us to connect and merge it all together and help give more exposure to people of color in business in the Fox Valley region. We each have our own goals that our groups want to see happen out of this, but it was just a natural fit for us, and we just came together and put our resources, time, effort, connections together, and kept it pushing, kept it moving, and we made it better than what each of us had, separately.
Yes, and so that's a great call out. Like it became even greater, right? And it's like that's the dynamic of that collaboration, saying how can we go and be greater? And so, and I really like the collaboration piece because in the collaboration, yes, as you're watching here on the EoC Spotlight page, each organization, as we collaborate, we're saying we're not just putting it here, we're saying we're sharing it. We're sharing it across our social media. We're sharing it across our different platforms. So again, so we can reach more people. And so really coming with those strategies to say, again, how can we go further and how can we be greater in this collaboration? So let's keep the conversation flowing. And so please feel free to hop in. So it's not like, we can flow. So if we have more things that we would like to add. And so Mia, Kimyatta was talking about, of course, when everything started and kind of how it was started with ColorBold, with the spotlights. Can you unpackage, give us a little bit more on how did that all start, or kind of what was that journey like?
Yeah, so the ColorBold Spotlight started in 2020, as I mentioned, and Kimyatta hinted at. And I think that came out of a number of factors. I think one big part of that was some of the research that had come out of UW-Madison Division of Extension with 48 Black business owners in Northeast Wisconsin. This data has shown that there was a lack of networks between Black business owners, often lack of startup capital for those business owners, and exposure and marketing. So there was quite a few needs that were kind of put out in these interviews, and they're still crunching the data. It's a lot of material to go over, but there's some preliminary data that came out of it. And then we also know through those interviews that there were so many amazing and thriving businesses out there that were able to be thriving without access to these important pieces of business support, right? So we were like, well, what can we do? And we did not have much capital or anything at the time. So we're like, Facebook Live. Let's make sure people can get their businesses and their names out there, and then hopefully also create more of a network of business owners of color. And again, not just Black business owners. That was what the study was focused on at the time, but we wanted through ColorBold to kind of unite business owners of color in Northeast Wisconsin, because we know that even though there are very different types of barriers that people face, some of the barriers are very similar, like access to capital, for example. and access to marketing, or being able to grow your business to the next level. So I think that's kind of where it got started. And then, so that was pretty much me. And then with the help, of course, of ColorBold, like find the business owners to interview. And then again, we connect with Yee at the Appleton Public Library, and we're like, you're doing something similar. We should be working together. So I want to say one more thing about this collaboration that I think is so important. You know, we're not trying to reinvent the wheel. We're trying to just keep going with a proven concept that is working, and then to kind of just build and amplify rather than, again, reinventing the wheel. And by doing that, we will have access to more resources. So, for example, we received a community foundation grant, and we're able to pay our speakers in an equitable way. So I think we're also showcasing best practices, because a lot of times people of color are asked to come to these roundtables and tell them about their experiences, yet there's no compensation. And so things like that, I feel like we are like working out, not to say we're like perfect, but I feel like we're doing a lot of things that are like really on the forefront with more equitable economic development, if you want to sound academic.
I wanted to also add too, at the time of us starting in 2020, it was also our need, because of course that was like inside of COVID time, and we were trying to find, you know, something that ColorBold with help of Extension Mia can do to stay relevant, as well as to produce programs and activities that wasn't, you know, in your face, like so. It just came together, and it made sense for us to do the lives because of those reasons, as well as everything that Amir just said. And then because of the capacity of how ColorBold was just, you know, starting and forming, Mia graciously was there with all she had to host each.
Very nervous.
She was nervous, but see, she did. Watch them all. She grew and grew and grew. It was like, it's okay, Mia. You're doing good. You're doing good. You're doing great. So she definitely took it and owned it. So we appreciate you.
Kimyatta, that's a really good point, and a big elephant in the room. Why were we on a virtual platform? I mean, it was not just cost reasons. Yes, the COVID pandemic was ramping, and so this was an appropriate platform at the time too to get started. So yeah.
Yes. And a side note, everybody, if y'all ever get to have a conversation with Mia, Mia be like, I haven't had a business and I don't know a whole lot about business, but when we had to do this spotlight, she had to understand, like, look, how we gonna do this with what we got? We gonna make this work. Like,
it was humbling.
She started doing the hustle of the business owner, right? Like, So she was like boots to the ground with us. And so, of course, Yee, we want you to jump into this conversation because the Appleton Public Library, as Mia was saying, you're doing something a little bit similar, but talk to us about really what was the Appleton Public Library doing? What was that? What did that look like? Just give us a little bit about that.
Yeah, sure. So in 2019, right before pandemic, we received a grant from the American Library Association, and it was for Libraries Build Business. And we were part of the 13 public libraries across the nation to receive a grant to create more programs to support entrepreneurs and local small businesses in our community. So at that time, we received the grant, so we were able to start Small Business Big Impact. That was our initiative that we started at that time. And that initiative was really to support startup, retention, and expansion efforts for people of color and immigrants, business owners. And the goal was, you know, it was not really to like duplicate what was already happening in the community. Like we have so many other great institutions that focus on economic developments already. And the goal was not like to become the experts in everything. But during that time, we partnered with so many different institutions, and we spoke with community leaders on what was needed, and how can we bridge the gap by working with people of color and to create more culturally relevant business programs and experiences. So then that was kind of how we came up with our academies, our entrepreneur of story telling. And then I started seeing that ColorBold was also doing their spotlight as well. And I was like, what a great, I reached out to Mia and I said, what a great opportunity it would be if we can, work together and to support each other, so that it's not just to support the small business, but it's also to support each other's organization. So when we are working with some of the spotlight business owners that ColorBold has worked with before, they might not know who the library is. So that opportunity will be able to help us be able to promote some of our great resources and information that we already have to help them be able to achieve their business goals and business startup. So a little bit about library background is libraries have a lot of free equipments like technologies, printers. Of course, you have to pay for the printing and the faxing, but we have free space for people to come and work. And not many individuals, they see or they come to the library when they are in the beginning stages of starting their business. So it was really important for me to be out in the community, working with UW Extension, with ColorBold, with WIBIC, with Monk Chamber, to really tell them how the library can support these entrepreneurs and what our role as the library is. So yeah, that's a little bit about how this partnership was formed.
I really like that Yee had brought in that space of when we talk about the collaboration, sometimes it's yes, you see our faces and we are the faces of our spaces in these organizations, but it's also that collaboration of truly seeing the impact for this business owner of color, but also for the organizations, because of where the organizations sit in the community, and that resource really being able to connect. This EoC Spotlight does so much more. Kimyatta, you were getting ready to say?
Yeah, I was just going to add that even though we're helping entrepreneurs of color, how you were just saying about it also help each of us. It definitely has helped ColorBold to build capacity, because we're a newer organization, and with the help of Appleton Public Library and, of course, Extension, we were able to bring in some things to our group to help build up. So collaborating in this way is definitely beneficial on several ends.
Yes, and I really like that, because what we do is considered really boots on the ground, because we are not just somewhere sitting up in a high-rise building just kind of overseeing and looking, but really being able to connect with people. And so this collaboration is beautiful. And so bringing everyone together has been phenomenal. And again, like I said, we've been able to go further. And Mia was talking about the data that is out there. And one of the things when I think about the EoC Spotlight and what we're doing with this collaboration is really we're starting to change the trajectory of this very state. And the reason I say that is because the data is out there, and Wisconsin itself is a top 5 list that the state don't want to really sit on or shouldn't want to sit on, is in the top 5 of the worst states for business owners of color. And we're talking all color. So when we talk about the EoC Spotlight, we're talking about business owners of all color. And so Wisconsin sits in a space in the nation as in the top 5 worst. And so the work and the efforts that is being placed to say, let's change and let's shift, and the data that Mia is talking about, it is really making an impact, because this is me, and I just may be a little bit, biased in this space. We are changing the course of how this state will be in that number ranking, doing what we're doing with the EoC Spotlight, because that is definitely one of the things that we want to do. Get business owners exposure, to get to the resources, to be able to, for people to be able to connect with them. That is what it's all about. And of course, please feel free to add more. Yes, add to it, Mia.
I want to say one of the indicators for that data is you should be seeing kind of parity. If let's say we have 20% of the Wisconsin population are people of color, then we should see about 20% business ownership from that population. And now we're not talking about babies, right? We're talking people that are 18 plus that, but we're not seeing that in Wisconsin. And that is actually unusual. Many other states have a lot higher percentage of people of color owning a business. So we have a 10% gap. Which is, Wisconsin really has work to do. So the work that we're doing is just one piece of the puzzle, obviously, but I think I'm really hoping too that these spotlights are going to provide an educational platform for all the business service providers out there and all the people in the entrepreneurial ecosystem, as we say, to really learn from the business owners themselves, because they're the experts of what they need, right? So that's what I'm hoping too with the Spotlight, is to not just be for the business owner and for that community to grow, but actually for the support system to do better and to just be a little bit more intentional about the kind of support that we provide.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. And so with all the conversation we've just been having, where we are today is these 3 organizations in collaboration brings the EoC Spotlight, the Entrepreneur of Color Spotlight. And so being able to do this under one umbrella, again, we're powerful. And so what is coming because of what has been done and bringing all of these organizations together under one roof of the EoC Spotlight, before we've been able to do the interviews and have the entrepreneurs tell their story and bring it under the spotlight. Y'all see us with our spotlights. Check out our spotlights. So these business owners have been spotlighted. And so now we're getting ready for what is going to be coming up. And so I want to be able to tell you that what is coming up is we're going to have our EoC Replay Edition 2024. And so what you're going to see this upcoming year, you're going to be able to see the business owners that we have spotlighted over the course of all this time that we have talked about, from the times of Mia first starting with ColorBold. You're going to see some of those business owners. You're going to see what we have done on this actual EoC Spotlight, because the stories they still need to be heard. They still need to be told. We're still going to be able to push them out so much further. And so that is going to be coming, and we're going to be starting those in March. Y'all go ahead and mark your calendars. So March 7th. And so what that is going to be on Thursdays at 6:30, you're going to be able to tune in and guess what? Be able to hear from business owners and be able to hear their stories and their journeys, which are very powerful. And so I want to have a discussion. So y'all take yourselves off mute, because I want to hear from y'all. What are you excited about? Because in our EoC Replay Edition 2024, for what the audience, what the people are going to see, what are some of the things that you're excited for them to see? Y'all talk to me.
Well, Ramona, I have to mention, well, there's an epic interview with hers truly, Ramona. And it's a really good interview.
Look, y'all ain't gonna see that interview. We putting this interview in the vault.
We're gonna replay that. Yeah,
go to make sure. Everybody gonna be running to the ColorBold page.
There's a breaking moment. So please, audience, just keep your eyes out for a falling object and a little bit of drama in the studio, but we both survived that moment. And yeah, it does add a little bit of, more spark to the conversation when things like that happen. So anyways, that I just had to say it. Maybe I didn't have to.
I'm excited for y'all to see it too. Y'all definitely, if you see it, y'all need to give a shout out.
I guess for me, I'm excited for the replays. So one, so that the business owners can get more viewers of their businesses, and the community can learn more about different entrepreneurs of color in this region, because that's one of the main things of ColorBold. We want to get more exposure for business owners and increase their customer base. So I'm super excited about that. And then, as you guys just talked about that one particular interview, a lot of the interviews had a lot of funny moments, and like the EoC were comfortable and was like open, and so I'm personally looking forward for people to seeing how relatable business owners are, and how passionate they are, their journeys and their stories, and what they even aim to do now that they have been in business or have started. I'm definitely excited to see just it being shared and it getting further and further out in the world, because on social media they don't stay only in our region, it goes out further. So I'm just super excited about how much more exposure they're going to get.
Yes. Yee, do you have any thoughts about what you would like to have, excited about what people will see?
Yeah, I'm just excited to listen to the replay of the stories again, just to hear all of the entrepreneurs talking about their success, their challenges, and just being able to see where they were before, and kind of reflecting on where they are now. So just super excited being able to see all the success and success stories. So there are a lot of the success stories that I interview. So yeah, that's what I'm looking forward to.
And then also, like for me, I think that people can tend to put anyone in a box, but specifically when it comes to people of color, people have their prejudices and things of what a person of this descent will be doing in their business, or what this person would be doing. I think I'm excited for people to see all different types of businesses, not just your stereotypical, type of ones, but people of color showing that we do more. You know what I mean? So I'm looking forward for that.
Yes, and all of what was said. Go ahead, Mia. You got something else you're excited for?
I just wanted to ditto all of that, because I know I was kind of joking. I really, really think that all of these interviews deserve another spotlight, because they're all amazing, and some of them didn't get as much traction as we wanted because we were kind of in a startup phase. So I just feel like this year is going to be a perfect year to really shed that light. And then for those business owners that are featured, we would love to hear from you. So whenever your video is coming up, please interact and let us know how you're doing. We would love for this to be interactive. So this is just a big shout out to all the business owners we've interacted with. So just wanted to end on a more serious note.
No, it's all in fun. And so this, because Mia brings up a great point. Y'all, what I'm excited about is for y'all to even see our growth. And what I mean by that is we have been interviewing, and it has been a journey even for us as we have been excited to spotlight all of the business owners, it has been a growth for us to be able to have these conversations, be up on the screen. And so with that, so we want y'all to watch and see how we have grown and developed, and we are still growing in development. So, but it's also that space of being able to hit that share button, be able to spread the information, spread the news, share it on your social media. You know what, you can make a short TikTok on it, like just being able to get it out more and more so that the business owners, like Mia said, that for all the business owners, we'd love to continually spotlight, because as they're still doing business, they still need to be spotlighted. So Kimyatta, you were going to say?
Nothing.
I thought I saw your hand. Look, y'all, I'm just calling Kimyatta out to see if she has something else to say. Yee, you got something to say? Somebody got something? Mia, you got something to say? I'm just trying to see who got something to say.
I do. I mean, hey, man.
Right. Well, I just wanted to say too that maybe people are like, oh, are they leaving us now because they're just doing real replays? I just want people to don't know we're not leaving you behind. Okay, we're just building. We're building for 2025. So I just want that to be mentioned, right? That's part of the plan. So we're just using this year to grow bigger and better and all that stuff. So
yes. So thank you, Mia, for bringing that part up, because that helped segue us right into this space of course, you are watching on different platforms and seeing this, but where the replays will be going live is the Facebook page for the EoC Spotlight. So please make sure that you like, you follow, that you share from that page as well. You'll see these spotlights again, and give the business owners a shout out. Stop by, shop, being able to connect with them. And so, as Mia said, we are not vanishing behind the curtain. What we're going to be doing is bringing you some great, we're going to take it even further. And so, so be on the lookout for that. So again, starting March 7th, we are going to be at 6:30 on the EoC Spotlight Facebook page. You will be seeing the replays going forth every Thursday from March 7th. You're going to see every Thursday at 6:30. We will be spotlighting a business owner's journey. And so definitely tune in. And so before we get ready to go, because y'all, we can sit here and we can talk to y'all all day, but I want to just see if there is any final words. I'm just throwing this out here on them, y'all. So if y'all watching, they be like, I don't have anything. It's okay, because I'm just throwing it out. If there was any final words before we close out our roundtable discussion for the EoC Spotlight.
I would say that even though it's going to be replays, you can still interact. You can still comment on those lives, because we will still see them and can respond to you, as well as the business owner who can also see it as well. So definitely interact with them. And then, how she said earlier, to share them. And I think if you want to be spotlighted in the future, there's also opportunities for that as well. We do plan to come back out with new ones in 2025. So we will put that post out separately on our page of how you can do that. And what I like about our spotlights is it not only the spotlight themselves, but it spreads around ColorBold contacts and pages, extensions, 2 or 3 contacts and pages, Appleton Public Library contacts and pages, our newsletters, and different ways. So it's getting more and more exposure, not just on social media, on Facebook or also our other social media platforms. It's other ways it's getting out there, as well as what I like too about the spotlight is the business owners are also getting I'm gonna say compensated, but they are getting something for their time, but as well as when other opportunities come up, they're also able to get more exposure, more compensation, and just to help build a more healthier, sustainable business and connection. So not only through Extension and Appleton Public Library, but ColorBold, we that's like our thing is like seeing businesses getting more income, more customers, and more exposure. So we're definitely honored and happy that the EoC Spotlight is definitely aiding to getting business owners who we've already supported more exposure and more income for their business.
Yes. And of course, y'all, before we go, our work and our efforts couldn't be done without the support from our sponsors. And so we have had some great sponsors to help us. And so when we talk about our sponsors, we appreciate our sponsors being able to keep this going. And so it has been WUCMA. It's the Wisconsin United Coalition of Mutual Assistance Association, Inc. Also, the Ljung Wisconsin Chamber of Commerce, as well as Community Foundation for Fox Valley Region. And so for the Fox Valley region. And so we truly appreciate our sponsors so that we're able to do the work that we do. And of course, if you are listening and you're like, I'm an organization and I want to be able to support, we always looking for some more sponsors. So you can definitely message us and we can always use some more sponsorship. So again, we truly appreciate our sponsors and all of you that watch and support and share. And so again, we thank y'all. We appreciate y'all. Y'all go ahead, wave to everybody.
See y'all later. But also, also the Appleton Public Library has been a great help to this effort, since we had collaborated with their resources and time and staff as well. So we appreciate them.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And thank you for that shout out. So again, y'all stay tuned. Pay attention, follow the page, because again, starting March 7th and from then every Thursday at 6:30, we will be spotlighting our entrepreneurs of color. And so again, we truly appreciate you for joining us for our Entrepreneur of Color Spotlight Roundtable discussion. And we look forward to seeing y'all with the replays, y'all chatting in there, y'all sharing, but high-fiving. Oh yeah, we're supposed to be high-fiving each other.
Oh, this is hard.
This way, me.
Wait.
High five, man.
Okay. High five.
It's like
me, right hand, me and Mona, left hand.
We should have coordinated that earlier.
I've never high-fived live like this before.
Put your right hand up,
It's a new experience.
Like you can do it, Yee. Put your hand up, Yee.
No, on the side of you, Yee. On the side of you.
Wait,
on the side.
Okay, me
on the
and
side.
okay.
On the side. We're gonna get it.
We will get it right one of these days.
We'll have to do it. We'll have to do it off live.
All righty. Again, we truly appreciate y'all. Thank y'all so much for tuning in, and we will see y'all next time.